The clown show that is modern Britain. Today, a cop warning an elderly English bloke that asking someone to speak English in bloody England could be a hate crime. Yeah, you heard that right. The country that invented the English language is now policing its own people for daring to ask for its use.
Apparently during some conversations between yourself, apparently you have alleged, and we weren't here, so I don't know you said it, but you've alleged to say, speak English, or what's that effect?
Speak clearly.
Speak clearly.
No,
Okay.
the gentleman's partially deaf.
Yeah, he
Okay.
can speak clearly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even hear him.
No, and that's fine, and that's why we've just come to speak, because potentially someone could perceive that as a hate crime.
First up, asking someone to speak English in England is as normal as a fish suggesting someone swim in the ocean. We're talking Shakespeare, Churchill, the Beatles. English is the darn brand. It's the language of law, commerce, and culture. But in modern Britain, expecting English from another is considered a hate crime. Now let's get brutal. The English elites are so obsessed with groveling with their virtue signaling to the rest of the planet, they're practically begging to be colonized. You've got elites bending over backwards to appease every newcomer, every illegal migrant. No questions asked, while their own culture gets trampled. But at least we virtue signal to our fellow elitists to earn the plaudits from them and make ourselves feel a little bit better. This hate crime nonsense is a symptom of a nation scared to stand tall, as they did during World War II. If you keep apologizing for being English, don't be shocked when folks take advantage. Some say this path leads to mosques over churches, halal versus fish and chips, and ends in Sharia law that you encouraged. Because there isn't anything quite as satiating to your ego, even while women receive lashes for stepping outside without their beekeeper hood on, you still feel good about yourself because you were one of the righteous ones that ushered this in. Am I being harsh? Perhaps. But when you let your identity erode to avoid offending, you're handing the keys to the castle to a culture that not only believes it is the last word of God, but has said repeatedly it wants to colonize and take over the planet. England's not just an island on the map. It's a culture. Lose that and you're inviting the takeover. Islam, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But it's what happens when you continue to kneel. And here is the gut punch. The English are acting like pushovers, letting elites shove this madness down their throats. Where, my friends, is the fight? They imprisoned Tommy Robinson for standing up for the English, and you allow this to happen. Time was that Britain faced down the Third Reich, sacrificing everything to maintain the island's freedom. Now it's scared of a Twitter mob. That cop in the X clip, he's a pawn of a system that punishes regular folks for speaking their minds. The real cowards are the politicians, the media, the woke overlords who'd rather silence their own people than face any heat. Why aren't the English marching, shouting, demanding their country back? Weakness invites control. If you don't stand up to this hate crime lunacy, you're signing up for more chains. The elites aren't unstoppable. Brits just need to grow a frickin' pair. The British created the environment where English became the de facto language of the world. Now they're making it a crime to ask for its use at the very epicenter of its invention. What you're watching is cultural suicide in motion, with the British people being too timid and scared to rebel against They're socialist politicians who use the NPC police and hand out jail sentences like candy at the end of Ramadan to quell the masses. We are watching the British Isles dive into the Orwellian seas of authoritarian control. Will the British fight for their souls, for their survival? Or will they keep apologizing and bending the knee until the island is gone, and is under the Islamic flag as part of the caliphate?